I did a video on people doing OMAD wrong, 1 meal a day. Well, guess what? I've had so many people reach out to me and they are doing traditional fasting wrong as well. So what do I mean by that? How do you do fasting wrong? I mean, they're eating within their 8-hour windows if they're doing a 16-8 or 6-hour window if they're doing an 18-6. They have that part down. They're only eating 2 meals during that period. Again, they have that part down. But here's where they're botching it. They're using it specifically for caloric restriction. So what does this mean? Those 2 meals they're eating, they're trying to be very conscious of not eating very much. So they're just eating enough. They're still hungry. It's maybe 500 calories a meal. You're getting 1,000 calories a day. That is extreme caloric deprivation. You will tank your metabolism. It doesn't matter if you're doing it with intermittent fasting. That is too few calories. It is not sustainable for your body. It is a huge mistake. You need to eat until you are comfortable. You do not need to then, try to skimp out on your food to try to keep your portions down. So that is a real key. I found that to be very common with people doing OMAD, 1 meal a day. They felt like, that 1 meal had to be very small. I didn't realize it was so rampant in the group of people who are doing traditional fasting. They feel, again, that they need to keep their caloric intake so low that they're getting 400, 500 calories per meal. Again, that's 800 to 1,000 calories a day. That is extreme caloric deprivation that will lead to a whole litany of issues. Again, lowered metabolism. You will lose muscle. Even with fasting, you will lose muscle. Your body cannot survive on so few calories daily. Your metabolism is going to reset at a much lower level. It's going to affect a whole bunch of things. So don't gorge yourself during your eating window. Eat those 2 meals, but eat until you are comfortable. Even, bordering on, I'm going to get full. If I have more, it'll be too much. Watch what you eat, because you become too, I don't want to say anal, but too anal about it, and you start to panic, and you start to think, I need to stop eating here. And you end up with too few calories. That is not the purpose of time-restricted eating. That is not the purpose of intermittent fasting. That is a low-calorie diet, a very low-calorie diet. And that is not the goal of time-restrictive eating. It is not the goal of intermittent fasting. Please do not conflate the two. If you want to learn how to fast properly, I have a 5-star reviewed book. The link is in the profile. I have a 5-minute fat loss or fat burning cheat sheet that is in there as well. Take advantage of the resources, and please make sure you eat enough, not too much, but enough during those eating windows.